Turning now to your forecasts with meteorologist Chris Mulcahy. Chris, we're asking people to be weather aware today. Very hot outside. What do they need to know?
Well, you need to know that this is the hottest part of the week. Realistically, today could be the hottest day that we see for the rest of the week. And then each day, temperatures actually come down a little bit before they really take a duck dive. Here's what we have right now, 98 degrees. That was our high temperature yesterday. It's a very similar day to yesterday, but there's some changes that are going to take place. This blue sky won't look like this 3-4 hours from now. We'll pick up some of those cotton ball-like cumulus clouds, start to grow in the vertical. Yeah, that means it could turn over to a thunderstorm. Is this going to be the hottest day of the year? Probably not. We're likely still going to be in the top 5. Yesterday was a tie for 98 for the 4th warmest. I think it might exceed my expectations to maybe 99, but I think we're just missing out on that 100-degree point. Now, some areas further off towards the east could hit 100, and that's why they're under a heat advisory, because that added to the mugginess actually feels more like 105. So you're only going to have a heat advisory if you have a chance at 105 plus. That's the threshold. Once it's 110 plus, you're under an excessive heat warning. So here is an hour from now, feeling like 100 degrees. Once you get to about that 2 to 4 o'clock time frame, look at Wadesboro, Rockingham, feeling like 106. Monroe pretty close to that number, and then that's going to hold for at least 2 to 3 hours. And realistically, anything 103 or greater per the National Weather Service, your risk for heat exhaustion drastically increases. At that point, don't overexert yourself. For one, you're going to oversweat. At two, once you really start feeling fatigue, that means heat exhaustion is starting to settle in. So this is the big two to know that, hey, maybe you want to take a breather. I personally had to do it yesterday when I was doing some yard work. Our hour-by-hour forecast, you're seeing a big change once you get to about 5 o'clock. I think really any time between 4 and 8 o'clock is where most of the storm activity is going to be, but we're actually in a better chance for storms than what we've otherwise seen for days. Friday kind of was a busted forecast because we didn't have everything line up. I think this is a much better chance of what we saw on Friday. Now, some areas saw a tremendous amount of rain. Anson County still has some roads that are closed from Friday's rain, mainly in the morning. But this setup is prime time one that we're used to, that storms start to bubble up late afternoon heading into the early evening. So I think we're going to see a higher consistency of that. This is still pretty weak compared to where we're going, but it's a better chance than most. A lot of us will stay dry. I think 40% of us see storms. The other 60% of us might just see them in the distance or nothing at all. Your evening forecast, we're still going to keep that chance for rain around, but then by tomorrow morning, we're still dry, not really recovering all that much. We have the lower to the mid 70s. Tomorrow, again, we're going to be back to about 100 degrees, but the same setup goes. Another chance for showers and thunderstorms. After tomorrow, we're over to a likely to widespread chance for rain Wednesday through Sunday and beyond. This is the onset of a more active pattern. That our extended rainfall outlook has a chance of 3 to 6 inches of rain in the eastern part of the state. Well, where does that leave the Charlotte area? Anything in these purples here, this is just model data compiled. I think you're going to see a general range of anywhere from 1 as the minimum, so that's the floor, to a ceiling of about 4 inches when all is said and done. And of course, there could be some higher amounts whenever you're going to see a thunderstorm that sits in one place, and we desperately need that. This is the most recent drought monitor update that came out last Thursday. Now, 100% of North Carolina is either abnormally dry or 88% of us under a moderate drought, so not a good situation. Our Guy Roofing 70 forecast, you can see the red bars, weather aware for excessive heat. After that, business as usual. 90 degrees, what you could expect, more chance for storms. Once that front passes and stalls out, we have a chance for storms every day, and look at that. Back to the lower to the mid 80s, still feeling muggy though this coming weekend.